What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Quania Prince, and I am back and at it again. I was recently scrolling through my TikTok and IG, and I noticed something. I haven't drawn a guy in forever, like in months. So I thought it was time to remedy that. But first, I have to admit something. I have a difficult time drawing attractive men. So I decided to do some research and came across this handy dandy tutorial by Colleen. Her tutorial is so simple to follow that even I was able to come up with a reasonably attractive guy, but I wanted to add my own spin to it. So while I am using Colleen's tips as a base, I will be adding my own little flair to things. Alright, so the 7 tips that I came up with in order to create an aesthetically pleasing male character are the following: smoldering eyes, pouty lips, muscular chest, sexy jewelry, thank you Colleen, thick brows, luscious hair, and a defined jawline. Okay, quick disclaimer, guys, this is my version of a height guy. The things I will be going over, feel free to make it your own. That is including things like if you like someone or you think it's aesthetically pleasing to have someone with higher cheekbones, add that to it. If you think a pointier jaw is attractive, use that. This is just what I personally find more aesthetically pleasing. Okay? So the other thing that you guys should know is that for the sake of this video, I will be playing a speeded up version of the drawing process. This is because it took me quite some time to figure out what I wanted to do. I am one of those artists who like to play around, try different things, experiment while I'm drawing, so everything is not cookie cutter right out the gate, okay? And also, before we get started, I just wanted to remind you all to like, share, subscribe, and to hit that notification bell to stay in the know when I upload a new video. Alright, now on to tip number 1, smoldering eyes. So think of someone like an Ian Somerhalder. I'm not sure his I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, okay?
Ian Somerhalder.
Just the guy from Vampire Diaries. He has very intense eyes, like they're piercing. It's almost predatory in a way, like, you know, you see him across the room, those eyes are predator, and you know that he's like sizing you up, like he's about to come in and, you know, sweep you off your feet or something. I don't know. Look, so that's what I'm thinking of, like an intense stare. So also another thing to keep in mind, whenever someone says, like, you'll hear like sexy eyes or, you know, smoldering eyes or anything like that, think of more of an almond shaped eye, because they're smizing, like Tyra Banks had coined, I believe, smizing, where it's like it's almost a squint but not quite. It's a squint but with intensity. So that's what I'm doing right now. I created the outline of the face. This is not what the final outline is going to look like. It just helps me out personally if I have some type of like bounding box. So I'm trying to give him that squinty look by making his pupils and the irises larger within the eye, so it appears more squinty, like that he's like, I'm intense over here. Yeah, still working on. Well, actually, I'm pretty much wrapping up on the eye right now, so soon you'll see me adding in the pupils. And when I place the pupils, I place them a little higher in the eye, so that way, once again, it's going back to that intense feeling, versus him looking down. He's looking directly at you, but you can tell that his eyes are just like concentrating on you in this very moment in time. He kind of looks kind of sad right now because of how I did the folds of the eye. That's another thing. That is completely up to you how high the folds of the eye will be. I did them a little bit more closer and a little bit more downturned, so that way it kind of gives off a sad feeling at first, but it's not. Moving on to the lips. For some reason, throughout this entire process, your girl has been doing the most crooked face. Listen, it really comes into play with the lips, as you will see. But anyway, pouty lips. Pouty lips for me are like lips that look like they're in the motion of kissing, like they're about to kiss you. They're slightly pursed, you know, not duck lips, but you know, they look like they want to kiss. So, and I tend to gravitate towards a nice fuller lip, which you will see here. Thick brows are a must for me. I love thick brows. I have regular brows, but with the makeup, with makeup and magic, you're able to make them a little bit thicker. I think thick brows on men and women is so gorgeous. And it can, depending on, you know, if it's shaped well, it can really balance a face. Oh, sorry about that. Someone has messaged me. Okay, so now we're going back to the lips again, seeing what I'm going to do. So I'm going to make them slightly open. And that's a tip from Colleen, to give them a slightly open lip. I think that it makes them more approachable, or the character feel a little bit more approachable, because maybe they look like they're open, like they're ready to talk or something to you. So smoldering eyes, thick eyebrows, slightly open mouth. Don't forget to subscribe, follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Quania Prince. Hey, check me out. I post there pretty regularly, like once a week. You'll see a post. I'm not going to spam you. Check me out. Okay, and now you see, like, okay, more progress is coming through. His face is looking a bit better. At this point, I'm using several references. That is a tip for you guys who are beginners. Definitely check out different references, so that way you can figure out a nice set of proportions of what you're looking for, how different features are supposed to or can fall on a face. So that is really important. So I'm looking at not just one, I'm looking at several of them. Like when you saw at the beginning of the video with the various guys, I'm looking at all of them, seeing what features I like, what I don't, well, not necessarily what I don't like, but what stands out to me the most, and seeing how I can incorporate those things into it. So I'm still working on the lips, defining it a little bit more, giving that upper lip some attention by giving it more definition from the nose. I thought about giving him dimples, but as you'll see soon, I decided against it. He's not smiling, and I like to save my dimples for when my characters are smiling. I don't know, maybe I'll use him for something. I like to create different characters, but I haven't actually created a comic yet. Well, I kind of did, but I haven't uploaded it. So maybe that's something I can consider doing. Okay, so we're still working on him. His face is coming along, like you're seeing the details coming through. So we're working on the chest now. So right now I'm starting with the neck. Guys who are muscular, women who are muscular, tend to have thicker necks. So that is what I'm doing. I'm just putting in the lines now to figure out how thick I want the neck to be. Because, you know, I know that thick necks are a thing, but for some reason when I'm drawing, I'm just not used to it, so it kind of bothers me. So from the neck area, actually right now what I'm going to do is tilt his head a little bit, just to give some visual interest. That way he's not fully staring directly or looking directly or facing directly to the person who's viewing it. At least give a little bit of tilt, a little bit more interest that way. I don't know if his hair later on is going to cover up that tilt too much. But yeah, I wanted to create a little bit more visual interest. Normally when I am drawing a character, I start off with them just facing the front. Eventually, once I get used to that character, that's when you'll see more movement in the head, in the body, things like that. So at this point, we sort of got the chest in, but now it's time to add in some jewelry. The first thing, after I did his face, I immediately thought of the guy, I believe the actor's name is Jason Patric from Lost Boys. And I loved his little earring that he was wearing, so I decided to add the earring in here. I'll also add some more jewelry later on, but right now the first thing that I'm going to do is go ahead on and add an earring. Well, I guess you'll see the earring soon enough. So I decided to go back to the chest again after, oh, I see what I did there. I fleshed out his brow, the forehead area first. Now I'm going back into the chest to get the various muscles in place, partially right now. So I'll jump around quite a few times throughout this, where I'm working on, for instance, the face, the eyes, the lips, the ears, the chest, the neck. So I'm not working on one area at a time. You will see me revisit certain areas. All right, so now we're at the point where we got a little more definition in the shoulders, and the chest and the neck. And now I believe we're going to do the earring. So let's put that earring in place now. It's a nice, cute little feather earring, very bad boy-esque. I thought about doing just like a silver drop, like a silver stake almost type of earring, but I thought the feather was pretty cute, and that is what I'm going to go with. Oh, he is coming along so well. I cannot wait until I color him. I don't know what color he's going to be. I don't know what color his hair is going to be or anything, but it's going to be something. Speaking of hair, time to get those luscious locks in. My personal preference is curly hair. So, well, curly, wavy, big volume. I love that in hair. So that is what I'm going to give him. Once again, this is me channeling that 80s movie, Lost Boys. So I am putting that type of big poofy curly hair in. So this wasn't solely based off of Jason Patric in that movie. I also found originally a guy photo. I cannot find it now. Otherwise I will show it to you, who has like some really nice pretty curly hair that I was looking at, and I used his photo, and then I also used Jason Patric's photo as reference to figure out what I wanted to do with the curls. So this type of texture is not normally my forte, but what I noticed that works for me is doing little C shapes, of various sizes. So a larger C, a smaller C, here, there, just so you can see like the curls coming through, and that it's not necessarily styled purposefully. The top, I decided to make that very loose, and as you can see, you can sort of see the C shapes that I'm talking about to create, or half moon shapes, to create that type of texture and curl pattern. I showed this drawing to my friend, my best friend actually, and she had the nerve to say that he kind of looks like Beast from Beauty and the Beast, and I'm like, the animation, and I'm like, I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. Do you think he's like, does he have a Beastly vibe? I don't know. So we're going back into the chest again. This time I'm going to put in the shoulders and things like that. I had considered going further, like really detailing, like going into his chest, detailing it more, but I decided against it. For the point of this video, this is where I'm going to keep things right now. But yeah, we're going to detail that a little bit more. But going back to what I was saying, do you guys think he looks like Beast? Like, I don't know. I don't know what Beast's real name is, Prince, whatever. But I don't know if I think he looks like him. I don't, like, I mean, I guess he is cute. Okay, so here is the quick through, like the entirety of the drawing process for this particular drawing. As you can see, I don't know what I was doing half the time. You know, as far as like trying to figure out where the placement of the features were. I think it's because I was laying down, which is a terrible way or a terrible posture for drawing, but that's what I was doing. So you can see his face here, and you can really see the process a lot clearer, I think, since I'm zoomed all the way in for this. You see the hair, how it's coming into place, how it's shaped, the feather, the chest definition, and the clothes. So I did clothe him. He's not, you know, shirtless or anything like that. But yeah, I am super happy with this. And this is the line art for it. Come through line art. Yes. Oh, I'm loving this so much. I think he turned out pretty great. So yeah, that is the video. Guys, let me know if you follow these tips in creating a hot anime-esque or comic book-esque type of guy. Let me know down in comments if it worked for you. If it didn't, what is there anything that you would like for me to go over in a little bit more detail? Or do you have any video ideas that you would like for me to do in the future? I would greatly appreciate it. And once again, guys, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it was helpful for you, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.